When was the last time as an adult that you put yourself in a situation to feel uncomfortable? And I don't mean like creepy and weird. I mean like something for growth and challenging. Trying something like really hard and potentially failing, not knowing if you're going to succeed or not. I can think of two instances. The first one for me was when I gained 80 pounds after my third kid. Like, I was in terrible postpartum depression. I had to make like the choice to actually seek help for my depression and then tackle my eating habits and then tackle exercise. And if you've ever tried to lose weight, especially while depressed, the process is grueling and so slow. It's terrible. And it feels not great to go through the motions of losing weight when you don't see results for months. But my motivation was huge. It was my health. It was my life. It was the memory that my kids have of their mom as they're growing up. Like, these things were so important to me, so I had to stick with it. But as an adult, that's literally one of my only memories of doing something uncomfortable over and over and over again without seeing results. The only other time I have a memory of this is when I was so uncomfortable when I started digital marketing. I had no idea what I was doing. I did not know what I was getting myself into, but I started and I did not make a single ounce of money for 3.5 months. And it was so hard to keep going with zero results. Well, I mean, it felt like zero results, but if I look back, I did have so much progress. But when you're in it, it doesn't feel like you're being successful because like what matters most is if you're making money, right? And so just like when you're losing weight, what matters most is if you're losing weight. Yeah, like it's cool if you can be able to like do now a bicep curl with like a 20-pound dumbbell, but the scale isn't dropping, so I don't care. That's why when you start digital marketing, your why has to be huge. You have to get to the point where you need your life to change, where you honestly are sick of going to the grocery store and having to check your bank account before going shopping, or saying no to your kids' activities because you don't have any money this month, or starting to look for other places to live because the rent has gotten too high, but even the places that used to be cheap are still too expensive. For me, it was just as much about the money as it was about the amount of stress in our home. I was constantly worried about making ends meet and still enjoying life. I was worried that I would never see my husband again because he worked so much at a very stressful job and it was wearing on both of us. I was sick of feeling like there was no end to feeling this way. And the only way that maybe I could help our financial situation was to get a job, but I could not fathom leaving my babies and giving up on our dreams of homeschooling for the sake of making ends meet. For me, it meant stepping out of my comfort zone and purchasing a course, even though I was not sure if it was a scam or not, just like you probably don't. But educating myself on how to make money with digital marketing was the first step. And then implementing what I learned and failing over and over and over again and telling myself I have to be okay with failing because that is how I learn and that is how I get better. Like, I had to have self-motivation talk every single day, telling myself that I was doing this for my family, that I had to find a way to make money from home that was legitimate, consistent, and reliable so that I could change the Groundhog Day feeling of our lives. And I am so happy I did because I consistently bring home $10,000 to $15,000 every single month for our family. And I sincerely believe that no matter how busy you are or how overwhelmed you are, that when you have that internal drive and that purpose and your why is big enough, that digital marketing is honestly the best way to provide an income from home for your family. Because even though it's a lot of work up front, and yes, you will probably be a little bit more stressed as you're learning this whole process, but it does get easier. But you do start making money, and it's a lot more money than you ever would at a remote job or working from home or, all these other quote unquote side hustles. So if you're interested in starting and you want a mentorship and you want somebody to work alongside you, that is what I do when you purchase the roadmap course from me. I never ghost people. I'm always here to answer questions and to be a resource to help you and plan and succeed. So please hit the follow button and comment the word mentor if you are ready to get started.